Are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever you watch my video. Before I continue, let me introduce myself. My name is Nurul Iza. Here I wanna share to you all about my mini project of the study of linguistic about stuttering. Let's get started. And before we explain about what is stuttering, I want to explain about speech production first. Speech production is how people produce language. This measure learns speakers' mistakes and from breaks in the ongoing rhythm of connected speech. Because as we know, speaking is one of the most complex cognitive operations that human beings perform, and studies of the pausing and hesitation patterns of speakers provide the insight into the way speech is planned and executed. Pauses in connected speech occur mainly at the ends of major syntactic units, usually in clauses, and this suggests that a major unit of planning is the clause or the phonological phrase. Research have suggested that model of speech production need to follow the five stage of speech production. And the first, we have conceptual stage. A conceptual stage where the proposition that is to be expressed is identified, but still in abstract form. The second is a syntactic stage where an appropriate frame is chosen into which words are to be inserted. Third is a lexical stage, where a meaning-driven search of the lexicon takes place, supported by cues as to the form of the target words. And once the lexical entry for a word is accessed, so the information about the word becomes available. And the fourth, a phonological stage where the abstract information gathered so far is converted into a speech-like form. And the last is a phonetic stage where the features such as assimilation are introduced and instructions are prepared to the muscles that control the articulators. Now we move into the speech error. The definition of speech error are some errors made in the process of speech production which occur regularly in normal conversation, so that speech errors are the opposite of ideal delivery. Like Gleason and Ratner, they state that when we think in words, the thoughts come in grammatical form with subject, verb, object, and modifying clauses, falling into place without our having the slightest perception of how the sentence structure is produced. And although it was basically correct, it is not always the case that the thoughts come in correct grammatical form, nor that we always select the right words to express the meaning we wish to convey. And because speech error is a deviation, conscious or unconscious, from the apparently intended form of an utterance. The case of speech error is firstly introduced by Reverend Spooner. He is quite commonly known since his name is used as one of the types of speech error called spoonerism or merosky. And historically, speech errors have been a source of humor as well as of serious study. Recently, speech errors have been studied as a source of old data in search of new theories. And the next is, what is stuttering? Stuttering is a speech error characterized by repetition of sounds, syllables, or words, and prolongation of sounds and interruptions in speech known as blocks. An individual who stutters is exactly knows what he or she would like to say but has trouble producing a normal flow of speech because this speech disruption may be accompanied by struggle behavior such as rapid eye blinks or tremors of the lips, and stuttering can make it difficult to communicate with other people, which often affects a person's quality of life and interpersonal relationships also. Because stuttering negatively influences job performance and opportunities, and treatment can come at a high financial cost. And symptoms of stuttering can vary significantly throughout a person's day. In general speaking, before a group or talking on the telephone may make a person stuttering more severe, while singing, reading, or speaking in unison may temporarily reduce stuttering. The next we have types of stuttering. The first is developmental and second is neurogenic. Developmental stuttering occur in young children while they are still learning speech and language skills. So it is the most common form of stuttering because some scientists believe that developmental stuttering occurs when children's speech and language abilities are unable to meet the child's verbal demands. Developmental stuttering may also run in families, and research has shown that genetic factors contribute to this type of stuttering. And the second, we have neurogenic stuttering that may occur after a stroke, head trauma, or other type of brain injury. With this neurogenic stuttering, the brain has difficulty coordinating with the different brain regions involved in speaking and resulting in problems in production of clear or fluent speech. And the second part, I have the types of stuttering too, but this is like the sounds of stuttering. We have three kind of the sounds of stuttering. The first is repetition. Repetition is where you repeat a sounds or even a whole word or phrases over and over. And here I have example of it in the video.
So let's start. Let's start the conversation, and yeah.
Yeah, in that video, she repeat the word many times, like
So
let,
let's
let, let,
start.
let, let's
Let's
start
start the
the conversation.
conversation, and yeah.
Yeah, this is the example of repetition in stuttering. And second is prolongation. Is when you hold out a sound for an extended period of time, and there's often a lot of tension. And this is the example of it in this video too.
Sound like my puppy.
Yeah, this is very clear that she have attention when say my puppy. Yeah, okay. I hope that you get it. And the third we have block is when your airflow stops and you just can't get your word out. And this is the example of block.
Um, I can't say it. Julian. Julian.
Yeah, it's very clear that he have a difficult to sound that word and just the mouth is closed. Stuttering therapy. Stuttering therapy. Although there is currently no cure for stuttering, there are a variety of treatments available. The nature of the treatment will differ based upon a person's age, communication goals, and other factors. And if you if you stutters, it is important to work with a speech language pathologist to determine the best treatment options. And the first we have therapy for children. For very young children, early treatment may prevent developmental stuttering from becoming a lifelong problem. Okay, certain strategies certain strategies can help children learn to improve their speech fluency while developing positive attitudes towards communication. And health professionals generally recommend that a child be evaluated if he or she has stuttered for 3 to 6 months, exhibits struggle behaviors associated with stuttering, or has a family history of stuttering or related communication disorders. And some researchers recommend that a child be evaluated every 3 months to determine if the stuttering is increasing or decreasing. And the treatment often involves teaching parents about ways to support their child's production of fluent speech. Research in the US Food and Drug Administration has not approved any drug for the treatment of stuttering. However, some drugs that are approved to treat other health problems such as epilepsy, anxiety, or depression have been used to treat stuttering. And these drugs often have side effects that make them difficult to use over a long period of time. And the third is electronic devices that some people who stutter use electronic devices to help control fluency. For example, one type of device fits into the ear canal. Self-help self-help groups provide a way for people who stutter to find resources and support as they face the challenge of stuttering. And the next we have okay the references if you want to know more about stuttering. Here I have the references about my project. And last, thank you very much for your nice attention. If you have any question, don't hesitate to contact me at za.zr. Thank you very much. Bye for now.